Welcome traders. Let's look at DXY. So what is next for dollars? Dollar has been having a pretty bad year actually, starting from here, which kind of created a double top. But so far it has not been able to break the value of it. Just looking at the yearly time frame, just to give you a bigger idea, higher time frame idea, because we are just about to finish this year. Now, what the dollar can do is, from technical point of view, that I have mentioned before in my previous analysis that this candle is usually a sign of bear trap because after these two candles market is supposed to go up, and it did go up, but because of conditions on the market it actually started to fall down. Now, because the original path was to go up, it can continue to move upwards and it can all the way come back to this level where it started to turn into a bearish candle. Now, because we are only left with only few days in this year, it may or may not happen, but you never know. Anything can happen at any moment in time. So, by end of this year, there's quite a possibility that it can actually turn into a bull candle. That's also a possibility. However, if that does not happen, then what will happen? Okay, so right now, what we can see that market is creating a W pattern here. Okay, and if that is the case, then we should be able to measure it. Now, let me quickly measure some of these things and see where the market is supposed to be. Okay, if I see there are two W patterns here. One is this one. Okay, quickly move that. Sorry, if I just move it down and close this. Okay, so there are two W patterns which are available here. One is here, and other one is a little bit extended one. So both of them are nearly completing in the same zone, and that's why the market has been falling. And if that is the case, we should be able to measure it. We can see that market has come back to this 38.2 Fibonacci level, which acted as sort of support there previously. So if I put a line here, that looks like a very good level. Okay, and that is why this is going to be an important position in the market, because if market actually closes below this level, then we have a risk of market moving to near about the previous low of the valley, like double tops valley point, right? The bottommost point of it, which was also a structure point here. Okay, so this is what we have. Another point that we can look for is this. Okay, now if I just remove this and go to the monthly time frame, what we are looking for is that level. So that's exactly the level. It may be a little bit here and there, a little bit off, because we were measuring it on monthly time frame, and any little movement on monthly time frame, any deviation on the all monthly time frame can be huge on lower time frames. Another level, sorry, I missed that. Another level to monitor is right there. Right now, it is being supported by this moving average here, and which may or may not be able to hold it for a long time, but right now it is supporting that. So let's go to the monthly time frame and see what's happening. Okay, on monthly time frame we have several things in play. One is this possible M pattern, but for that it needs to go through this midpoint. Okay, before that we cannot say that this has turned into an M pattern. Another thing which is happening right now is that we have a W pattern here, and if I draw Fibonacci on it, I can see that market came to 61.8, which turned into resistance and then finally fell down. Now one of the important level is going to be this one as well. So this, I'm going to change the color of it so that we know that this is a different level here. Okay, different time frame level. So if I just remove this, this is actually a very important level. Now if I go to the weekly time frame, what I see is that market is already taking a pause here. Now you'll notice that it has turned into a harami candle here, which usually is a sign of bullish movement, but you never know. It's quite possible that market may come down to this level before turning into bullish move. So right now this structure from the previous week is saying that it is supposed to be bullish. Okay, now if we want to look for a target, like if it starts to go upwards, then it is expected to come around this level where these moving averages are, because market has gone too far away from these moving averages, and it is supposed to come back to its mean basically. So that's why we have like near about 95 to 96 target. Other thing that we can do here is that we also have um, an M pattern which is like this, and that's also completing around this zone. And there is another M pattern which is completing in the same area is this one, okay, which is also completing in the same. And when M pattern completes, the market is supposed to go up. So dollar, even though at the moment is looking weak from this point of view, from this, like the fall that has happened, but it may actually turn into bullish at any moment in time. We have bullish indication on weekly, and then we have several levels here, and these levels you have to be very careful about these levels, because if these levels are broken and you're getting like confirmation to either go short or long, then you can take them. So all of these levels are going to act as support and resistance, if you think about that in that way. Okay, now if I go down to a lower time frame structure, if I go to the daily time frame, what do I see is that market is creating another M pattern, which is kind of extended one. So we have an M pattern here. Okay, and when M pattern is completed, the market is supposed to go up. So it is showing me that it wants to go up, but there is still a danger that it may fall back down into this 89 90 level, 89 89 sort of level, before moving upwards. So you have to be careful with that. But so far, it has been consolidating here, and there are good chances that it can move upwards. Let me quickly do a Fib analysis on here, and we can see that market has come to one of those Fib levels, and you see that 1.618 is right there. So this actually becomes a very good FCP zone. And let me quickly do this. Zone. Okay, and we had another FCP zone where we are right now. Okay, so that was around here. So if the market starts to move upwards, then I will look for a break of this FCP zone, and then go for a long position. Now there are few things that you need to look into. Is if I go to the 4 hour time frame, there is a gap around here. Okay, that's the gap which market can target to fill. And we can also see that market has been holding this particular level, this one, which we talked about in 90.59. We were talking about this in our group. So this is 90.59, and if the market starts to move upwards, then you can see that market is creating a W pattern, a complex W pattern. So this zone will act as like the main area before, if it actually breaks through this, then we are looking for market to move up into this moving average, and then ultimately into this level to um, fill that gap. And if that area is also broken, then we know where we are going. Will be going towards that 95 96 area. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. Let me just quickly clean this. Okay, so the trading plan is, if the market comes into this zone, okay, this is our FCP zone. Let's bring it here. Let's bring this here. Okay, if the market comes here into this FCP zone, and then we get a confirmation to go long, we'll go long, and this will be the target. These are all the targets that we're looking for. Okay, and if market starts to fall back down, it needs to first go through this to come back and come back down into this FCP zone. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. If I go to the 1 hour time frame, It is consolidating at the moment around 200 SMA, which is yellow in here in color, but it can actually start to move upwards. It is consolidating, and it has given us very good day trading opportunities because you can see there are a lot of FCP patterns here, a lot of WNM patterns. There's a W pattern here, there's an M pattern, there is a W pattern here. So it has been giving us good day trading opportunities. But from swing trading point of view, there has not been much. There has been a lot of up and down. So there is not much clarity as of now. We had some clarity around here because we knew that market was going to hold that, but after that we did not have any kind of clarity. So what we will do is we'll wait for market to give us confirmations and we will trade in that direction. So this is my analysis on DXY. Hope you enjoyed this. If you found this useful, then hit the like button, follow this channel, and put in a comment at the bottom of this video and let me know what you think about this analysis and what is your own analysis, what is your opinion on DXY. Thank you.